Imagine for a moment that everything you've been told about manifestation is fundamentally, catastrophically wrong. Not just slightly off, but inverted so completely that the very method you've been using is precisely what's blocking your most profound desires. There's a silent epidemic happening right now. Millions of people are trapped in an endless cycle of visualization, affirmation, and desperate hoping, spending years chasing dreams that seem perpetually just out of reach. And the most devastating part? They believe they're doing everything right. But what if I told you that the moment you try to manifest, you've already guaranteed your own delay? That the very act of wanting something pushes it further away? This isn't spiritual poetry. This is quantum physics. The hidden lie is simple. You've been taught that manifestation is something you do, a technique, a strategy, a set of steps to follow. But quantum reality reveals something radically different. Manifestation is a state of being, not an action, but an identity. And this misunderstanding isn't just keeping your desires at bay, it's actively programming your nervous system for perpetual lack. Every visualization, every vision board, every desperate attempt is actually sending a signal of not yet to the quantum field. So the real question isn't how do I manifest? The real question is, are you brave enough to live as if what you desire is already done? Not as a mental trick, not as positive thinking, but as a complete cellular knowing. What I'm about to share isn't another manifestation method. It's a 90-day quantum experiment that will fundamentally rewire how you relate to reality itself. An experiment so precise, so scientifically grounded, that it transforms manifestation from a mystical concept into a predictable, reproducible system. Let's deconstruct the primary assumption that's been sabotaging your entire approach. Most people believe manifestation works like this. 1. I want something. 2. I visualize it. 3. I take action. 4. I hope it arrives. But quantum physics reveals a completely different mechanism. In quantum physics, there's a fundamental principle called the observer effect. In the famous double-slit experiment, particles behave differently when they're being observed. They don't just move through space. They actually change their fundamental nature based on observation. Translation: your reality isn't something happening to you. It's something constantly collapsing through you. Not by effort, but by frequency. Not by technique, but by identity. Most people are emotionally incoherent. They want abundance, but their nervous system is broadcasting lack. They desire love, but their cellular memory is broadcasting abandonment. You cannot broadcast two frequencies simultaneously. So what if manifestation isn't about getting something? What if it's about becoming someone so energetically complete that what you desire has no choice but to materialize? Are you ready to discover how to live in the end result? Not as a visualization, but as a lived reality. In the next segment, I'm going to break down the exact quantum mechanism that transforms desire from a future possibility into a present moment certainty. The laboratory was silent, a cathedral of precision where reality's deepest secrets trembled on the edge of revelation. Picture a sterile room, white walls absorbing every whisper, electron detectors waiting like sentinels of possibility. In 1927, Werner Heisenberg discovered something that would forever shatter our understanding of existence. Observation itself is not passive, but a creative act that collapses potential into form. Imagine an electron gun firing microscopic particles through two narrow slits. On the other side, a white screen captures their trajectory. Classical physics predicted a simple pattern, two distinct bands where particles would land. But something extraordinary happened. When unobserved, the electrons behaved like waves, creating an interference pattern that suggested they passed through both slits simultaneously. The moment a measurement device was introduced, the instant something was watching, the electrons collapsed into a definitive singular path. This wasn't just a scientific anomaly. This was a fundamental revelation about the nature of reality itself. The electron didn't have a fixed location until it was observed. It existed in a state of pure potential, what quantum physicists call superposition, where multiple realities coexist until consciousness chooses one. Just like that electron, I'm revealing to you, you are not confined to a single timeline. You exist right now in multiple potential realities, wavering between infinite possibilities. Your consciousness is the measurement device that collapses those possibilities into your lived experience. The implication is staggering. Your current reality is not a fixed destination, but a continuous quantum negotiation where your attention, your emotional state, Your precise vibrational frequency determines which potential timeline becomes manifest. You are not a passive observer of reality. You are its active creator. This isn't metaphorical poetry. This is the bleeding edge of quantum mechanics, a scientific understanding so profound it renders most manifestation teachings obsolete. The old paradigm said, visualize, believe, receive. The quantum truth says, embody, resonate, collapse. Every moment you're standing at the intersection of infinite potential with the power to determine which wave function, which reality, becomes your lived experience, not through effort, but through the precise art of observation, not through hoping, but through knowing. The electron doesn't try to be in two places. It simply exists in potential until consciousness makes a choice. And neither should you. Let me show you exactly where your manifestation process breaks down. In those raw, vulnerable moments most teachings ignore. 3 a.m., doubt moment. You're wide awake, heart racing, bank account feeling like an emotional wound. Traditional manifestation says think positive. Quantum reality reveals something far more precise. This 3 a.m. panic is not a problem. It's a frequency broadcast. Your nervous system is literally programming the next 72 hours of potential realities. Quantum interrupt protocol. Place your hand on your heart. 3 breaths. Not controlled breaths, surrender breaths. Feel the space between heartbeats. Here, you're not fixing anything. You're dissolving the signal of scarcity. You're broadcasting already complete into the quantum field. Morning anxiety landscape. Before opening eyes, your brain has already run multiple disaster scenarios. Old paradigm. Visualize success. Quantum truth. Your first 7 minutes determine your vibrational signal for the entire day. Frequency recalibration. Don't reach for your phone. Don't plan. Simply feel your body as a quantum receiver. What if this moment, right now, is already containing your desired reality? Not as hope, as signal, vision board, moment. You stare at images that now feel like mockery, dreams that seem further away than ever. Traditional teachings say believe harder. Quantum mechanics reveals those images are not goals, they're frequency tuning forks. Quantum reframe. Those images are not what you want. They represent a vibrational state you're learning to embody. Your job is not to chase the image. Your job is to become the frequency that makes those images feel boring, because you've already transcended them. Meditation racing mind. You're trying to be still, but thoughts hurricane through consciousness. Old spiritual advice and clear your mind. Quantum perspective. Your thoughts are not the problem. Your relationship to those thoughts is the transmission. Frequency shift. Stop trying to control thoughts. Become the spacious awareness watching them. You are not the thought. You are the consciousness observing the thought. This slight shift creates massive quantum reorganization. Jealousy. Watching others succeed. That burning sensation when someone achieves what you desire. Traditional manifestation says be happy for them. Quantum truth. That jealousy is your soul's precise navigation system. Quantum decoding. That feeling is not a curse. It's a vibrational map showing exactly what's possible for you. The very fact you can feel it means it's already coded in your potential. What most don't understand is that these moments are not obstacles. They are quantum calibration points. Each feeling, each doubt, each racing thought is not something to overcome. They are precise signals telling you exactly how to collapse your desired reality. The electron doesn't fight its wave state. It simply allows collapse through observation. And neither should you. Your manifestation is not a future event. It is a present moment frequency that you are broadcasting right now with every breath, every thought, every subtle emotional nuance. Let's decode the quantum mechanism behind Jim Carrey's legendary $10 million manifestation, a story that transcends mere visualization and reveals a profound quantum engineering of reality. In 1987, before becoming a global icon, Carrey was a struggling comedian living in a tiny apartment, carrying massive financial uncertainty. But he understood something most miss. Manifestation is not about wanting. It's about becoming a vibrational match to the reality you desire. His quantum practice was brutally simple yet scientifically precise. Every night he would drive to the Hollywood Hills, park overlooking the city, and write himself a check for $10 million. Dated 5 years in the future. But here's the quantum twist. This wasn't just a visualization exercise. This was a deliberate frequency stabilization protocol. Carrey wasn't just writing a number. He was broadcasting a vibrational signature so coherent that reality had no choice but to reorganize around it. He would sit in that car, feel the emotions as if the money was already real, not as hope, but as cellular knowing. His nervous system didn't distinguish between the imagined and the real. To quantum fields, they are identical transmissions. Most people think he got lucky. Quantum mechanics reveals something far more precise. He created a frequency so stable that external reality was forced to match his internal state. When he wrote that check in 1987, he wasn't asking the universe. He was instructing it. The check wasn't a wish. It was a quantum blueprint. By 1994, he received $10 million for Dumb and Dumber, exactly matching the check's amount and timeline. But here's what transforms this from motivational story to quantum revelation. Carey didn't just want $10 million. He embodied the frequency of someone who was already abundant, already successful, already complete. Most cannot replicate his manifestation because they lack the energetic coherence. They visualize from lack. He broadcasted from completion. 3 quantum practices anyone can use. 1. Frequency matching. Don't just visualize the goal. Embody the emotional state of someone who has already achieved it. Your nervous system is the most powerful quantum receiver. 2. Precise emotional calibration. Eliminate words like want and hope from your internal dialogue. Replace with I am statements that create immediate energetic alignment. 3. Quantum checkpoints. Create precise, dated markers that feel so real your body cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. The quantum field responds to emotional precision, not desperate wanting. Carey's story isn't motivation. It's a case study in quantum reality engineering, a deliberate collapse of potential into form through unwavering frequency stability. Your manifestation doesn't happen in the future. It happens in the precise moment you become energetically congruent with its existence. So here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm, but to yourself. Type in the comments. I collapse realities. I don't chase them. Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your desperate hoping, but the quantum embodiment you choose to embody in this moment. Because this moment is the manifestation, and if you can feel it now, then it's already here. 2 years of spiritual self-torture. That's what Sarah called her manifestation journey. Vision boards covered her walls like archaeological evidence of perpetual disappointment. Affirmations repeated mechanically. Journals filled with desperate scribblings. Each page a monument to her increasing numbness. She had followed every mainstream manifestation protocol with surgical precision. 5 a.m. gratitude journaling, detailed visualizations, scripting future scenarios, vision board creation, meditation marathons. 0 results. Absolute quantum silence. The turning point wasn't dramatic. It was a Tuesday, 3:47 p.m. Exhausted, she looked at her meticulously crafted vision board and something shattered internally. Not anger, not grief, pure energetic surrender. What if, she whispered, I'm doing this completely wrong. Quantum discovery isn't intellectual. It's a cellular revolution. Sarah's first week of quantum embodiment looked nothing like her previous practices. Day 1. Confusion. Complete system reboot. Instead of visualizing, she simply felt the frequency of already having her desires. No forcing. Pure resonance. Day 3. First quantum signal. An unexpected text from a contact she hadn't spoken with in years, presenting a professional opportunity perfectly aligned with her unspoken desires. Day 5. Synchronicity explosion. Multiple unexpected connections. Conversations that felt pre-orchestrated, as if reality was reorganizing around her new frequency. Day 7. Collapse moment. Not a Hollywood manifestation, but a profound internal shift where desire transformed from a desperate chase to a calm, inevitable knowing. The 30-day quantum transformation wasn't just external. It was a complete physiological recalibration. Relationships, no longer chasing. Magnetic attraction replaced desperate networking. Money, opportunities appeared without strategic planning. Clients sought her out. Energy, her sleep transformed. From restless 4-hour nights to deep, regenerative rest. Intuition, sharp, precise. No longer a whisper, but a clear quantum navigation system. Physiological markers shifted. Resting heart rate dropped 12 beats per minute. Cortisol levels normalized. Intuitive decision-making replaced analytical overthinking. Nervous system moved from fight-flight to pure receptivity. The quantum truth she discovered wasn't about manifestation. It was about frequency engineering. She wasn't attracting her desires. She was becoming the precise vibrational match that made those desires inevitable. Most will read this and seek a technique. The quantum practitioner knows. It's not about doing. It's about being so energetically complete that reality reorganizes around your internal state. Your manifestation doesn't happen. It collapses because you've become its most natural expression. Imagine reality not as a linear progression, but as an infinite quantum landscape where every possible version of you exists simultaneously, waiting to be selected through the precise mechanism of your attention. The many worlds interpretation isn't theoretical speculation, it's your operational manual. In quantum mechanics, Schrödinger's famous cat experiment reveals a profound truth. Reality exists in superposition, holding multiple potential states until observation collapses a singular expression. You are not moving through time. You are perpetually selecting timelines through your frequency of attention. Most humans believe they have one life. Quantum reality reveals you're simultaneously experiencing infinite parallel expressions, each vibrating at different energetic frequencies. The version of you struggling financially and the version of you experiencing radical abundance aren't sequential. They're concurrent. You're simply choosing which signal to amplify. Timeline jumping isn't mystical. It's physics. Your nervous system is a quantum receiver constantly broadcasting potential realities. Most are unconsciously locked into familiar frequencies, recycling identical experiences by maintaining consistent emotional states. To deliberately shift timelines requires 3 precise quantum mechanisms. 1. Frequency calibration. Your emotional state is the tuning fork selecting your reality. Anxiety doesn't just feel bad. It's literally broadcasting a specific timeline probability. Peaceful certainty collapses entirely different potential realities. 2. Observation protocol. What you consistently place attention on, you energetically feed, not through positive thinking, but through vibrational matching. Your awareness doesn't just witness reality, it selects it. 3. Coherence maintenance. Once you've selected a timeline, you must stabilize its frequency through consistent internal state management. This isn't willpower. This is nervous system recalibration. Practical timeline navigation techniques. Quantum meditation. Instead of traditional mindfulness, practice feeling multiple potential realities simultaneously. Don't visualize. Sense. Probability wave. Surfing. Learn to recognize subtle frequency shifts, those moments when reality feels slightly different. Emotional frequency mapping. Track your internal states as navigation systems, not just feelings. Stabilization isn't about forcing, it's about allowing. The timeline you desire is already existing. You're not creating it, you're matching its frequency. Most won't achieve this because they're addicted to their current narrative. The quantum practitioner understands reality is a choice, not an outcome, and choice happens below thought. In the precise vibrational signature of your being, your multiverse isn't waiting to be accessed. It's perpetually surrounding you, responding to your slightest energetic nuance. The only question is, which version of you will you choose to amplify? Every manifestation method carries a fragment of quantum truth, like ancient maps revealing glimpses of a vast, unexplored territory. The quantum practitioner doesn't dismiss these teachings. We integrate them, seeing each as a preliminary transmission pointing toward a more comprehensive understanding of reality's engineering. Let's decode 3 pivotal manifestation approaches through the quantum lens. 1. Law of attraction. The 20% truth mainstream interpretation suggests like attracts like, a simplistic quantum metaphor. Its partial accuracy, focus matters. Attention creates energetic coherence. But here's where it falls catastrophically short. Attraction isn't about positive thinking. It's about vibrational precision. Most practitioners generate wishful thinking, not quantum signals. The quantum upgrade reveals attraction as a frequency matching protocol, not a mental exercise. Your nervous system doesn't respond to thoughts. It responds to uninterrupted energetic states. Quantum correction. Attraction isn't magnetic. It's a collapse mechanism where your internal state becomes so coherent that external reality reorganizes around your frequency. 2. Neville Goddard. Feeling is the secret. Goddard intuited something profound. Manifestation happens in the feeling state, not the thinking state. He was closer to quantum mechanics than most modern teachers. His 20% truth, emotional states precede physical reality. But his limitation? He still positioned feeling as a technique rather than a quantum transmission. Quantum upgrade. Feeling isn't something you generate. It's a vibrational ecosystem you become, not a strategy, an identity. 3. Abraham Hicks. Emotional scale. The emotional guidance system offers a revolutionary perspective. Emotions are frequency indicators. Moving up the emotional scale creates different reality probabilities. Brilliant insight. Partial transmission. Quantum perspective. Emotions aren't just indicators, they're quantum signal generators. Each emotion is a precise frequency that collapses specific timeline potentials. The meta-insight. These teachings aren't competing approaches. They're evolutionary transmissions pointing toward a singular truth. Reality is a frequency phenomenon, not a mechanical process. Quantum manifestation doesn't replace these teachings. It reveals their underlying mechanism. Think of previous manifestation methods as early telecommunication technologies. Valuable, groundbreaking, but ultimately preliminary compared to quantum communication systems. The quantum practitioner understands every manifestation method contains a transmission. Some are radio signals, some are satellite communications. Quantum is the emerging fiber optic network, instantaneous, precise, beyond previous limitations. Your manifestation isn't about technique. It's about becoming a transmission so pure that reality reorganizes around your frequency. Not through effort, through remembering. Most will read this and seek a new method. The quantum mystic knows. You are the method. Your very presence is the manifestation protocol. Settle into your space, not as a practitioner seeking something, but as a quantum receiver preparing to calibrate. Breathe in, 4 counts. Hold the breath. Feel the pause between inhale and exhale. This is where quantum potential lives. Not in movement, in stillness. Exhale slowly. 6 counts, releasing everything that isn't this moment. Your nervous system is a sophisticated quantum antenna. Right now, we're tuning its frequency, not through effort, through precise attention. Body scan begins, not as observation, as quantum recalibration. Notice your jaw. Where are you holding contradiction? Tension here means your nervous system is broadcasting doubt. Breathe into that space, not to change it, to witness. Shoulders. Where are you carrying effort? Efforting means you believe manifestation is a doing. Quantum reality knows it's a being. Let those muscles soften, not collapse. Soften with intention. Stomach area. Your fear frequency generator. Most manifestation attempts are fear-based disguised as desire. Feel that landscape. No judgment. Pure witnessing. Breathe out the static. Breathe in coherence. Now, a quantum navigation protocol. Close your eyes. Not to visualize, to sense. Feel the timeline where your desire isn't a desire. It's your current reality, not imagination. Remembering. Your body knows this frequency before your mind comprehends it. This isn't hope, this is cellular memory. Breathe into that timeline, not as a future projection, as a current transmission. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between remembered and anticipated. It only knows frequency. Lock this feeling, not through mental repetition, through complete physiological surrender. You are not attracting, you are broadcasting. You are not waiting, you are selecting. You are not hoping, you are remembering. Quantum field, I am sending a precise signal. Coherence, activated. Timeline, collapsing. Probability wave, selecting. This frequency is now your baseline, not an aspiration, a declaration. Open your eyes. You haven't meditated. You've recalibrated an entire quantum ecosystem. The field doesn't respond to your desires. It responds to your certainty. And in this moment, certainty isn't a feeling, it's a quantum transmission. To help you deepen that integration, we've created something intentional, something precise, a transmission designed to stabilize your new frequency, anchor your expanded identity, and guide you through the real embodiment of quantum creation. It's called Quantum Resonance Protocol, and it's more than just a digital guide. It's a frequency, one that's been curated to help you collapse your next timeline with clarity, consistency, and resonance. It brings together cutting-edge neuroscience, quantum entrainment techniques, and precise embodiment protocols you didn't even know you needed until now. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Go there, not to get more information, but to amplify the integration of what's already begun inside you. Neuroscience isn't just a scientific discipline. It's a quantum translation manual. Let's decode how your brain is actually a quantum receiver, transforming ethereal potential into material reality. 1. Reticular activating system, quantum mechanism. Your brain processes 40 million bits of information per second. Consciously, you only perceive 40. The RAS isn't a filter. It's a quantum probability selector. Every moment you're choosing which potentials become visible. Most humans are unconsciously selecting limitation. The quantum practitioner understands. The RAS is your reality generation algorithm. Practical application. Train your RAS by consistently feeding it precise frequency signals, not through positive thinking, but through embodied certainty. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a remembered one. It only knows frequency. 2. Neuroplasticity, quantum insight. Your brain doesn't just change. It rewrites its entire probability landscape based on repeated signals. Each thought, each emotion isn't just a mental event. It's a quantum restructuring of potential realities. Spiritual parallel. This is why meditation masters can literally reshape their neural architecture. They're not just changing thoughts, they're collapsing entire timeline potentials through consistent frequency maintenance. 3. Heart-brain coherence, scientific foundation. HeartMath Institute has demonstrated that the human heart generates an electromagnetic field 5,000 times more powerful than the brain. This isn't metaphorical, it's measurable physics. Quantum translation. Your heart isn't just an organ, it's a quantum broadcasting station. Emotional states aren't just feelings. They're precise frequency generators that reorganize external reality. 4. Mirror neurons, embodiment mechanism. Mirror neurons allow your nervous system to simulate experiences without direct physical engagement. When you deeply embody a state, your entire neural network begins broadcasting that timeline's frequency. Manifestation. Insight. This is why embodiment works faster than visualization. You're not imagining. You're generating a complete neural emotional ecosystem. 5. Theta brainwaves, quantum access, state. Theta brainwaves represent the liminal space between conscious and subconscious. Here, quantum potential is most malleable. Most humans race through this state. The quantum practitioner learns to live here. Practical protocol. Meditation isn't about emptying the mind. It's about becoming a precise quantum receiver, stabilizing in the theta state where reality is most programmable. The skeptic demands proof. The mystic knows proof is limitation. The quantum practitioner understands. Science and spirituality are simply different languages describing the same fundamental reality, a universe of infinite responsive potential waiting to be coherently addressed. Your brain is not processing reality. It is generating reality through precise frequency selection, and you are not a passive observer. You are the generator. Let's address the honest resistance that emerges when quantum reality challenges our conditioned understanding. These aren't objections to dismiss. They're evolutionary inquiries revealing the precise edge of transformation. Objection 1. Isn't this just spiritual bypassing? Intelligence acknowledged. You're demonstrating sophisticated psychological awareness. Spiritual bypassing occurs when people use spiritual concepts to avoid genuine emotional processing. Quantum translation. True quantum embodiment isn't escapism. It's radical presence. Bypassing creates resistance. Quantum integration dissolves resistance. The difference? Bypassing uses spirituality to avoid feeling. Quantum practice uses feeling to transmute entire energetic landscapes. Example, traditional bypassing says, just think positive. Quantum approach says, feel the underlying emotional architecture generating your current reality. Don't transcend it. Transmute it through precise nervous system recalibration. Objection. 2. What about taking real-world action? Intelligence acknowledged. Practical implementation matters. You're protecting yourself from magical thinking. Quantum mechanism. Action isn't eliminated. Action is transformed. In quantum reality, action becomes a natural expression of internal alignment, not a forced mechanism of achievement. Your actions emerge from coherence, not effort. Practical translation. You'll still do things, but those actions will flow from certainty, not desperation. They'll feel inevitable, not effortful. The universe doesn't respond to action. It responds to the frequency generating that action. Objection. 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Intelligence acknowledged. You're applying critical thinking, protecting against self-delusion. Quantum deconstruction. Confirmation bias assumes you're passively interpreting reality. Quantum perspective reveals you're actively generating reality. It's not about seeing what you want to see. It's about becoming a precise frequency generator. Scientific bridge. Quantum physics demonstrates that the observer fundamentally influences the observed. Your consciousness isn't separate from reality. It's the generative mechanism of reality. Objection 4. Why do bad things happen if we generate our reality? Intelligence. Acknowledged. You're wrestling with profound existential complexity, showing compassion. Quantum nuance. Reality generation isn't a linear individual process. It's a complex interconnected field phenomenon. Your personal quantum field interacts with collective quantum fields. Bad things represent learning opportunities, not punishments. Evolutionary perspective. What appears as bad is often an accelerated growth mechanism. The quantum practitioner doesn't resist. They extract the precise frequency of learning and transformation. Objection. This sounds too easy, fast to be real. Intelligence acknowledged. You're protecting yourself from potential disappointment, showing emotional intelligence. Quantum revelation. Ease isn't weakness. Ease is mastery. Most human systems are designed around struggle. Quantum reality operates through coherence, not conflict. The reason it seems too easy is because you've been conditioned to believe transformation requires suffering. Practical wisdom. Speed in quantum reality isn't about instant gratification. It's about precise frequency alignment. The faster you can release contradictory internal signals, the more rapidly reality reorganizes. The skeptic demands complexity. The mystic knows simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. The quantum practitioner understands your resistance is just another frequency waiting to be transformed into wisdom. Transformation doesn't require your understanding. It requires your willingness to become a different frequency of transmission. Close your eyes, not to escape current reality, but to access a more precise frequency. Your breath becomes a quantum bridge. Slow, intentional. Each inhale draws you closer to the timeline where your desired reality isn't a possibility. It's a lived experience. Visualization begins. You're standing before a threshold, not a metaphorical door, a quantum membrane between probable realities. Your hand touches the surface. It's not solid, it's responsive, vibrating with potential. As you step through, the molecular structure of your perception shifts. 6 months ahead materializes. But this isn't imagination. This is quantum remembering. Your future self stands before you. Notice first, the embodiment, not what they're wearing, but how they wear it. Confidence isn't performative here. It's cellular. Their clothing, simple, precise, dark fitted blazer, deep charcoal, not to impress, to signal intentional simplicity. Pants with perfect tailoring, not designer but deliberately chosen. Every fabric speaks of deliberate selection, not consumption. Posture reveals everything. Spine aligned not through effort, but through complete internal coherence. Shoulders relaxed, not collapsed. Relaxed with purpose. Feet grounded, not rigid. Rooted, like they could simultaneously stand completely still and move mountains. Facial expression, not forced positivity. Genuine, almost imperceptible smile. The kind that comes from knowing something most haven't remembered yet. Eyes, clear. No tension around the edges. No searching. Complete presence. Energy is magnetic, but not trying. Imagine a quantum field so stable it naturally reorganizes everything around it without pushing. That's their presence. They speak. Voice. Not loud. Precise. Each word feels like a frequency transmission, not just communication. Stop trying to convince anyone, including yourself. Your certainty doesn't require external validation. The moment you need others to understand is the moment you've leaked your power. Trust the quiet knowing inside you more than any external noise. Advice crystallizes. Stop explaining your process, feel before you think. Trust the first intuitive hit. Your nervous system knows before your mind comprehends. Resistance is just unprocessed information. Mistake to avoid. You're still treating manifestation like a linear process. It's a quantum collapse, not a journey. A remembering. Moment to trust. That weird synchronicity you're about to dismiss. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. The universe doesn't speak in words. It speaks in precise, undeniable alignments. As they speak, you feel a frequency download. Not intellectual. Cellular. Your DNA begins recalibrating. Old neural pathways dissolve. New probability streams activate. They step closer. Not to touch. To transmit. A quantum embrace that requires no physical contact. Come back, they say. Not as who you were, but as who you're becoming. The membrane between timelines becomes permeable. You're not visualizing anymore. You're quantum traveling. Slowly. Open your eyes. But something has changed. You didn't just imagine a future self. You remembered a version of yourself that's already alive. And remembering, in quantum reality, is the first act of generation. Identity. Transmission. Quantum frequency recalibration. Stage 1. I want to be someone who. Energetic. Signature. Separation. Desire viewed as external. Distance between current self and imagined self. Common block. Believing wanting creates change. Quantum truth. Wanting is a frequency of lack. It broadcasts, I do not have. Breakthrough method. Feel the want as a vibrational signal, not a statement of absence, but a precise map of your soul's next evolution. Stage 2. I'm becoming. Energetic signature. Effort. Becoming implies process, journey, struggle. Common block. Transformation as linear progression. Quantum truth. Becoming is instantaneous quantum collapse. Not a path, a decision. Breakthrough method. Feel becoming as a present tense embodiment, not future tense. Immediate molecular restructuring. Stage 3. I'm choosing. Energetic signature. Decision. First moment of true power. Common block. Believing choice is mental. Quantum truth. Choice is a frequency reset. Breakthrough method. Choose with entire nervous system, not just thoughts. Let choice reverberate through cellular architecture. Stage 4. I'm practicing. Energetic signature. Intentional integration. Conscious repatterning. Common block. Practice as repetitive action. Quantum truth. Practice is frequency stabilization. Breakthrough method. Practice isn't doing, it's being. Precise, consistent frequency generation. Stage 5. I am. Energetic signature. Collapse. Pure embodiment. No separation. Common block. Imposter syndrome. Quantum truth. Identity is a frequency, not an achievement. Breakthrough method. Feel I am as a complete transmission. No qualifiers. No explanation. Pure quantum declaration. Transmission begins softly. Build intensity. Not through volume. Through precision. I want to be someone who transforms effortlessly. I'm becoming the version who knows beyond knowing. I'm choosing my frequency over my history. I'm practicing radical presence. I am the quantum generator of my reality. I've always been this frequency. Final stage. Silence. 120 seconds of pure quantum holding. No visualization. No effort. Complete frequency stabilization. Breakthrough occurs in the space between words, not through explanation, through transmission. Your nervous system doesn't need convincing. It needs precise frequency. This isn't meditation. This is quantum identity regeneration. You are not learning a technique. You are remembering your fundamental nature, a generative frequency capable of collapsing entire timelines through pure, uncontradicted embodiment. The moment you stop trying to become is the moment you remember you already are. Quantum reality doesn't wait for your understanding. It responds to your certainty. Breathe, collapse, generate. And if this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the frequency shift as you listened, subscribe to this channel, because we're not here to give you more content, we're here to collapse timelines with you. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not a lesson. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. And leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. Quantum Reset Protocol. Precise timeline collapse foundational understanding. This is not a self-improvement program. This is a quantum identity regeneration system. Each day is a precise frequency calibration, designed to dismantle old neural architectures and install a new baseline of generative potential. Day 1. Frequency mapping. Objective: identify current energetic signature protocol. Steps: E00500, complete nervous system scan. Breathwork, 4 tier 7-8 quantum alignment technique. Body temperature tracking. Subtle energy field assessment, 050010 dear. Frequency contradiction mapping. List current life areas. Identify energetic misalignments. Measure internal resistance levels. 10 gear, 15 gear. Quantum baseline assessment. Emotional resonance inventory. Belief system frequency analysis. Unconscious pattern recognition. 15 with 20 Kong. Initial recalibration protocol. Precise visualization of current energetic state. Quantum observation without judgment. Initial frequency softening. Resistance handling. Common block. I don't know how to scan my energy. Quantum translation. Energy doesn't require intellectual understanding. It requires precise attention. Journal prompt. What frequency am I currently broadcasting that contradicts my desired reality? Success signs. Increased body awareness, subtle emotional shifts, initial sense of spaciousness, decreased mental chatter. Day 2. Contradiction release. Objective: dismantle unconscious limiting patterns protocol. Steps: 00010 shadow integration, quantum inner child dialogue, generational pattern mapping, emotional alchemy techniques. 10 20 energetic purge, cellular memory. Release protocol. Nervous system recalibration, frequency interference dissolution. 20 30 browse. New baseline installation. Quantum coherence meditation. Precise vibrational reset. Identity restructuring resistance. Handling. Common block. I'm afraid of facing my shadows. Quantum translation. Shadows are not enemies. They're unprocessed information waiting to be transformed. Journal prompt. What unconscious pattern have I been protecting that no longer serves my quantum evolution? Success signs. Spontaneous emotional release. Increased energetic lightness, reduced reactivity, sense of internal spaciousness, quantum executive transmission, the invisible frequency of success. Picture the archetypal corporate warrior, corner office, mahogany desk, $5,000 Brioni suit, external metrics of success screaming loudly, internal metrics of survival whispering desperately. Before the quantum shift, annual revenue, 2.7M. External markers. Internal landscape. Complete dissonance. Daily frequency. 98% survival mode. 4:45 a.m. Adrenal system already in fight mode. Meetings conducted from pure adrenaline. Decisions made through fear, not intuition. Success measured by external validation. Nervous system constantly in sympathetic overdrive. Breaking point sequence. Day 1. Chest tightness during board meeting. Day 7. First panic attack in executive bathroom. Day 30. Complete nervous system revolt. Day 45. Medical diagnosis. Complete energetic burnout. Quantum recalibration. Protocol. Phase 1. Frequency acknowledgement. Recognize. Success is an energetic transmission. Current frequency. Scarcity, disguised as ambition. Breakthrough. Insight. Your nervous system is generating more resistance than revenue. Phase 2. Nervous system reprogramming. Technique. Precision embodiment restoration. Replace hustle with coherence. Transform fear-based motivation to purpose-driven alignment. Redefine. Productivity as energetic efficiency. Transformation metrics. Before quantum shift. Work hours, 14 to 16 daily. Stress level, chronic. Decision. Quality, reactive. Personal bandwidth, depleted. After quantum recalibration. Work hours, 4-6 daily. Stress level, minimal. Decision quality, intuitive. Personal bandwidth, expansive. Revenue, 37% increase. Key quantum translations. Not working harder, not working smarter, working from frequency. Breakthrough declaration. My business doesn't require my sacrifice. It requires my precise energetic transmission. Subtle shift. From doing success to being success. The executive doesn't change the external game. The frequency changes everything. Quantum success isn't about controlling outcomes. It's about becoming an outcome generation system. Your nervous system is the most sophisticated technology you'll ever own. Calibrate it with precision and watch reality reorganize around your new frequency. The moment you stop proving and start transmitting, entire ecosystems will reconfigure to match your internal landscape. Breathe, align, generate. So here we are. The quantum landscape has shifted beneath your feet, and what seemed impossible moments ago now feels like an inevitable transmission. We've walked through the invisible architecture of manifestation, not as a technique, but as a precise frequency recalibration. Your nervous system isn't just listening, it's learning to generate entire realities. To support this quantum leap, we've created the Quantum Identity Reset Protocol, a carefully engineered transmission designed to stabilize your new energetic baseline. This isn't another course. It's a frequency amplification system that moves beyond information and directly rewires your internal operating system. Inside, you'll find the exact 7-day blueprint we've used to help high performers, burned-out executives, and visionary creators collapse timelines with surgical precision. If this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the subtle shifts happening not just in your mind, but through your entire nervous system, then subscribe to this channel. We're not here to give you content. We're here to collapse timelines together. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not just another lesson. Turn on notifications not to catch a video, but to catch the exact transmission your soul needs in that moment. Leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that declares, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. Your timeline is not a distant possibility. It's a quantum potential waiting for your precise embodiment. The moment you stop trying to manifest and start being the manifestation, entire realities will reorganize around your new frequency. This isn't magic. This is physics. This is your birthright. Breathe, align, generate. The future is not something you chase. It's something you become.